Hello students, in last class we had discussed about seven state model and previous topic was process state transition diagram. Now we had picked all different state transition diagram, two state model, five state model, six state model, seven state model. Now, in today's lecture, we are going to start our new topic, which is again related to the previous one, that is scheduler and dispatcher. Now, so what is scheduler and what is dispatcher? Scheduler means which can schedule certain things. So where we require scheduler, and dispatcher means that it will send certain things from one place to another place. So where we require the concept of scheduler and dispatcher in operating system. So let's take one example. Uh, as we had discussed in previous classes, that when we talk about state transition diagram, there is one state that is new. And new means that process got newly created. Now, after creation, it will be sent to the ready state. Now, where is this new state that belongs to the hard disk, and where is this ready state that is in RAM? So in hard disk, suppose I have created n number of processes. Now why n number of? Because we work on multitasking, or multi-programming. Multi-programming means I can run simultaneously multiple programs. So to achieve efficiency and effectiveness, we try to execute multiple programs. Hence, suppose I have n number of programs which got created or which we want to run. Now, from these n number of programs, how many I am going to send from new to ready, and which process I would like to send first, or should I send into the certain batches. So the thing is that for any kind of thing, for selection in batch or single, whatever you want to do, you require certain, and we call it selection. And after that selection, that okay, you have picked that you have suppose three processes. One is P1, P2 and P3, which I want to send. Now which process I should send first? So suppose I have selected that first of all I am going to send P1, then P2 and then P3. So what will be the criteria to identify that okay, in this point, or in by using this criteria, this P1 got selected? So what is selection criteria behind it, and who is going to select? So the selection will be done by one program which is known as scheduler. So scheduler is a program. It itself is a program which is used to schedule processes. So you can ask, then who scheduled the scheduler? So scheduler is primary program which resides in memory and try to schedule other processes. So here we got that why we require scheduler. Now, once you have identified that, okay, in this way, I am going to select processes. Now, the thing is, how to send those processes from one state to another state, from new to ready. Who is going to pick those processes and move those processes from one state to another state? And here, if I'll say that who is going to send processes from hard disk to RAM, then definitely we require certain additional program, and that is known as dispatcher. So dispatcher is another program which is for dispatching, sending from one state to another state. So scheduler and dispatcher, if I talk about with respect to two general cases or general states, suppose A and B. In A and in B, the program which works for selection, that is scheduler. And between two states, the program which works for sending, that is known as dispatcher. So this is scheduler and dispatcher. Now the thing is that, okay, we had picked what is the functioning of scheduler, what is functioning of dispatcher in context of operating system. Now, let's pick that what are different type of scheduler and dispatcher used in our system with respect to different state. Now, why I am focusing on state? Because in operating system, we had picked that process moves from one state to another state. Hence, the scheduling and dispatching will be done on the basis of states. So, what are different kind of scheduler and dispatcher we have? So, we have three kind of scheduler and dispatcher. First one is long term scheduler and dispatcher. Now, since dispatcher is have work that after scheduling it only send from one state to another state, so working of each and every dispatcher is same, sending. The thing is, there's different state perform different way of scheduling, hence we have different variety of schedulers. So that is, first one is long term scheduler, second one is mid-term scheduler, and the third one is short term. So these are three kind of schedulers which we are going to pick in our further lectures. And we are going to start with long term, then we will move into short term, and finally we study the mid-term. So today we will cover only long term. And why we are only going to cover long term? Because for discussing scheduler, I have already used this long term. Long term scheduler says that sending from new state to ready state, the selection which is done or scheduling which is done on new is done by long term scheduler. So long-term scheduler works on new state. This is the state where long-term scheduler works. What is working of long-term scheduler? Long-term scheduler is used to select processes out of that creation of n number of processes, those you want to send to the ready state. From this, we had picked that there are n processes. If you select that n minus p processes I am going to send from new to ready, so selection of these n minus p processes is done by long-term scheduler. So I hope in today's lecture we had picked that what is scheduler, what is dispatcher, why we use scheduler and dispatcher, what are different kind of scheduler and dispatcher in operating system. So there are three kind of scheduler and dispatcher: long-term scheduler, mid-term scheduler, and short-term scheduler. Then we had started with long-term scheduler. Where long-term scheduler works? Long-term scheduler works on new state, that is initial state, which where your processes got created. So from n number of processes which got created, the selection of process which you want to send for ready state, that is done by long term scheduler. So that is all with respect to scheduler and dispatcher, or first lecture in this series. In next lecture, we will pick further short-term scheduler, mid-term scheduler, and again quick review of long-term scheduler. Thank you.